All right. Okay. I think everyone can see me. Uh, right. I'm just gonna mute myself so that I can check. But if you can see me, just comment and I'll get started. All right. Okay, let me know if you can see me, guys, so that um, this live stream is actually working. So, okay, so give me a moment. Just going to double check that we're all good. Okay, all right. Okay, beautiful beings. All right, okay. Who is here? Who's watching live? Who is here watching on the replay? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right. So I can minimize. Hello, beautiful. If you're watching on Instagram, just know that you can absolutely catch the replay inside the Siren Goddess Collective. You can join for free. It's absolutely free to join. I just don't save these on my grid on Instagram, rarely anyway. So if you want to do that, feel free to pop into the collective. The link is in my bio. You can absolutely check in and join us there for free. It's all good stuff, all the good stuff of my resources that are free, my master classes that are free, and also lots of beautiful connections that get to be forged in that space. So, and if you're watching on the collective, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you to, thank you for choosing to be here, rather. And I'm going to get into today's topic right now. So where are you at? How you're feeling? Let me know. I would love to connect with you energetically in the beautiful energy space so that we're in. So one of the things that has been coming up for me a lot as I'm working with my clients, as I'm, when I was so in my mastermind, is that we are oftentimes kind of taken out of the game when we desire to have a little bit more stability in our lives and we're not seeing it. Hello, beautiful Rachel. I hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. So, what am I talking about here? Let me just make sure I'm not missing any of the comments that are coming in. Okay, right. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so thank you. Hello, beauty. No worries if you can't stay. The replay is in the collective, so you can check that out. So, all right, getting into it, getting into the energy, getting into the fire of this. So, what we are actually tapping into when we declare ourselves to be leaders, entrepreneurs, pioneers, people who want to make an impact, people who want to, serve, be in service for the highest good. What are we actually tapping into? Do you know? Do you have any idea? Do you feel it? Have you felt it? If you are one of these things, if you identify with these things, these titles, these identities, if you have, comment, share that with me. I'd love to hear. What I've been seeing a lot, and I have personally experienced, is that when we are tapping into these kind of declarations, we're literally declaring to the universe, right? In a way where we're like, yes, I am a leader. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a pioneer. I'm going to do this, right? When we are doing that, what we are actually doing is that we are tapping into the field of what we call limitless potential. And why do I say this? Well, if you were working in a 9 to 5 job, it is very much rooted in, you know, predictability, because you know that at the end of the month you will always be given a certain amount of salary, you'll be good, and then if you work really hard you will get a promotion, and then you have to show your results and you'll get a promotion and things like that. When we are in the space of saying, I am a leader, I'm a pioneer, I am going to be someone in this field that creates such a big impact that people will remember me, people will be transformed by my work, and people would be completely, amazed, astounded, and they would not have seen it coming. On the flip side, on the personal side of being a leader and an entrepreneur and a pioneer, I'm sure you can relate to the personal desires of creating so much incredible impact, but also creating space and free time, being your own boss, doing things your own way, pioneering, spearheading a pathway that hasn't been done just yet, right? So we have these two sides to the work that we do as a leader, an entrepreneur, and a pioneer. So once we say we are those, or one of those things, or all of the above of what I've mentioned, what you're essentially doing is that you're opening yourself up to incredible, infinite possibilities and limitless potential. The problem happens, or at least there's a disconnect that happens, when we start to hyper focus on what we do not have. What happens when we do that is we start to disconnect from that field, because there's a lot of static and wobbles and crumbles that happen when we are disconnecting from that field. What we're essentially doing is that we are putting our energy instead on things that we don't have. One of the things that came up really, really big was, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to create this dream life, I want to run my own business, this is my spiritual purpose, blah, blah, blah. But I have to make ends meet. I have to, I have to make sure I have income. Otherwise my business is not actually doing well in that sense. And what I want to share with you, and I want to invite you into saying what I'm going to say, is get curious about which field are you tapping into when you say that? Because one of the things I actually said to one of my clients in my mastermind when this was brought up is that when you declare that you are absolutely on purpose, when you are an entrepreneur, you're building your own business and you're sharing your spiritual work and your sacred work with the world, and you feel like you're such a purposeful, and it's like you're motivated by that, you love what you're doing, and yet it just feels like every time it feels like a failure because there's not enough clients, there's not enough income, I'm spending so much and all of these things, then I want to ask you, have you just disconnected from the field of infinite potential and you've gone back into the matrix, the field of predictability? And there's nothing wrong with the field of predictability. Let me just share this. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to make a choice, though. We do. And you probably are asking, well, can I not just stay in all the fields? Yes, we can. We can stay in all the fields all at once. We can be everywhere all at once. But the key here is you've got to be so tapped in and continuously connected to the field of infinite potential as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a pioneer. And that is why I say that mentorship is so priceless. Like, it's something I invest in over and over again, because it helps me to keep tapping into the field of infinite potential. Really, what we're really essentially, oh, Ingrid, you got an energy overload, or wow, that's amazing. So I just want you to know that, when we are in a place where we feel dejected, that we have, it feels like everything we've done is a failure, or we feel overwhelmed, it feels like whatever we've done is a waste. I want you to know that it's not a bad thing. It's merely a feedback from your external environment asking you, inviting you to turn inward. And when you come into this work with me, what we will actually do and embody, I will guide you to embody this, is to realize that you are a cosmic being. And whatever that is being channeled out of you, the reality that you see, can absolutely be determined by how you function and you operate here. So mind, body, spirit have to be integrated. They have to be in alignment for these amazing things that you call living in freedom, abundance, living on purpose in your authentic power to occur, to manifest. And it can happen so quickly because in the work that I do, we are working with energy. We're not working with anything that's heavy, gravitized, heavy matter, physical matter. We're working with the energy, and that's why it flows and shifts and alchemizes so quickly. So, yes, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a businesswoman, we want to be pioneers in our own way. And we can absolutely have it all. Absolutely. And this is a life where you have to get used to unpredictability. You have to get used to when you're tapping into infinite potential on one side of the story, you can absolutely have everything. And then on the other side of the story, you have to get used to walking in unpredictability, knowing that it's never going to be the same. But at the same time, you're actually going to blow your mind, the mind that tells you what's predictable and based on what's happened, this will happen, and allow infinite, incredible stuff to happen that blows your mind, that's beyond logic. So that is my invitation to you. Because if you are a leader, you are an entrepreneur, you're a pioneer in your own field, and you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like a failure, you're feeling overwhelmed by all the responsibilities, by things that you wished had happened and didn't work, I just want you to know that it's time to release that focus on the field of predictability, because you are meant to be working and planting your seeds in the field of infinite potential. That's who you are, that's what you are. And you know what? When you declare you're a leader and an entrepreneur and a pioneer, you are allowing so much more of your true, authentic spirit to come through than anyone else that is operating in the field of predictability. Okay? So get good at walking in unpredictability and get really good at anchoring in and manifesting the entire limitless potential. Thank you, Ingrid. So that is all for today. I just wanted to come in and share this very, very sacred and important message, because you can't be taken out of the game like this. And if you are an entrepreneur, you're a leader and you're a pioneer, you're here to continuously evolve and do what you are doing even better from yesterday. And that is all that is. It's not competitiveness. It's not like, taking yourself out of the game and blaming yourself, but it's so much more than that. It's about really bringing in more and more of your wholeness, your authentic power through. And people can feel it in your presence, people can hear it in your voice. You can absolutely be channeling through the presence of the divine self. So, in the same way, if you haven't been authentic with yourself, if you've been hiding away and blaming yourself and saying you're a failure, that energy will be emanated out of you as well. And it is so important. I keep saying this, to get mentorship in this space, because you want to tap back in to your infinite potential. And this work that I do, which combines bioenergetics, tea ceremony, ancestral wisdom, alchemical healing, all of these good stuff can absolutely help you to embody your vortex of stillness so that you can live on purpose in your authentic power. This is not a fluke. And I devised and designed the space to be absolutely lush and luxurious so that the transformation can take place in a way that lands. It's not like you just float out there in ether and then you can't seem to find a place to land. So we want to understand that we are multidimensional, and we want to be able to be here in this dimension too, not just in every other dimension, but not here, right? So I just want you to know that, and I want you to know that I'm sending you so much love as well, wherever you are. If you're finding it really hard to move through right now, and at the same time you're thinking, who am I to put down even more investment in myself? I just want you to really trust, if this feels like a yes, like yes to this mentorship with me, it's a yes, just reach out. Just reach out and do this thing, because it's going to amplify your presence, is going to clear out the wobbles, the subconscious dissonance, and you are going to start to live in ceremony every day. The work of a tea ceremony, the way of tea ceremony, a cha dao tea ceremony, is not just about drinking tea at all. It's really about tapping into spirit. It's really about really understanding how to work through the cycles of life, the seasons of life, and how to embody embody the knowing that we are all unique and we all have superpowers of our own, and we don't have to look outside of ourselves for validation. We don't have to be subjected to the circumstances around us, like how people are saying, like, oh, after Christmas everyone's going to be skint, and nobody's going to spend money on wellness, like all this bullshit. We need to really cut out the noise and start to really come in and cultivate our vortex of stillness and really be that vortex of stillness eventually. Yeah. And that is when you realize you can bend time and space. You can collapse time by being in a mentorship. You can be in a space where you're absolutely supported to do that. And what is that investment compared to a lifetime's worth of harmony, reverence, purity, and tranquility? So I just want you to feel into that, whatever that says, like, I'm fearful, I'm scared. Guess what? That is your spirit coming in. It's time to up level. It's time to up level, and you're not listening. You're like, no, I'm not gonna. That is your spirit telling you it's time. And you feel it as fear, you feel it as nervousness, you feel it as anxiety. But hey, guess what? Your spirit's saying you're ready. And you have to take back ownership of your creatrixship. You are the creator. So take back that power and say, fuck yes, I'm going to do this, even though I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It scares me, but I'm going to do it because it's a yes to myself. Then let's talk. Let's chat. I've got Siren Goddess 1-to-1, 3 months and 4 months. I've got my At Mysteries Gate mentorship for 1 year. You get access to all my programs, all of my immersions, masterclasses. It's incredible, the excuses we make up to keep us small. And I'm here to say no more of that. So sending you all so much love. Thank you, Ingrid, for being here. Thank you, everyone else who's joined me. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. Reach out if this is for you. Mentorship in every shape and form, absolutely something is going to fit. So just reach out and say yes to yourself, even though you don't know how, you don't know what's going to happen. It's going to happen when you say yes. That's the magic. So sending you so much love. I'm going to finish off today. So much love and have a beautiful weekend.